Palace. Hi, Ellen. So what's the latest with these meetings? What's been happening?
Well, Erin, I have seen the leaders of France's main political parties filing in behind me for the beginning of this meeting, which was set to start at 2:30. And there are two key images that I noticed, and that was that the left-wing group, the moderate left-wing group that were invited, they all arrived at the same time presenting a united front, whereas the two right-wing leaders of Bruno Retailleau and Laurent Wauquiez, they chose to enter separately, so that's quite a symbolic, interesting thing to note. And we do know that the invitation for this meeting went out at around 2 a.m. last night, so it's not something that's been planned for a while, and does perhaps show just how down to the wire everything has been this week. And while we don't know exactly what's on the agenda, the Élysée hasn't released that. We can imagine that Emmanuel Macron will be looking for some sort of compromise ahead of his announcement of the sixth Prime Minister of his second mandate. But the spirit of compromise, however, has not really been in the air in France recently. We've heard from the extreme left-wing leader, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, this morning, who's been saying that he is demanding presidential elections, and that's the only way he sees out of the crisis. Whereas on the extreme right, Marine Le Pen, she has been saying that she would accept either presidential elections or legislative elections. And I have to say that with her legal woes at the moment, we know that she wouldn't be able to run with her presidential elections right now. But there was one opinion poll this week that showed that were there to be legislative elections that happen this weekend, that it would be her National Rally Party that would be profiting and would come out on top.
Ellen, the budget, as has been the case for the past several prime ministers, has proven to still be a sticking point.
Well, yes, exactly, Erin. That's really what is so important and why the clock is ticking at the moment, is because the budget for 2026 has still not been decided. And, well, if the expected calendar is stuck to, then that budget should be presented on Monday, this Monday, at a cabinet meeting, and then presented before Parliament later in the week. And that's with the idea of it being hopefully passed before the end of the year, with that 31st of December deadline. Well, what I can tell you more about the budget is that France has really been going through a fiscal crisis recently with mounting debt, and Sébastien Lecornu, the outgoing Prime Minister, has really spent time preparing a budget, and so that rough draft is what we could expect to see probably presented on Monday, with potential amendments depending on who the Prime Minister is going to be. And we do know that this, what he's been working on, seems to be less of an austerity budget than we've seen from the previous leader, François Bayrou, and also from Michel Barnier before that. And it's those austerity budgets that potentially got them both led to them losing their roles. So it seems like Sébastien Lecornu has been looking for more a spirit of compromise when it comes to loosening the fiscal purse strings.
Ellen Gainsford, our reporter standing by at the Élysée Palace. Thank you very much indeed.